Let's check out Android's new outline text feature. Hi everyone, this is Carrie on Accessibility, where we explore technology and accessibility. Android is my preferred platform, and right now I'm using a Pixel 10 Pro XL. There's lots of low vision accessibility tools and features, and I go over them in lots of other videos. You can check it out up here in the playlist. I'll add it into the description as well. But there's a newer feature called outline text. Now there used to be a high contrast text which added like a border around the text, but the outline text is different. It adds a background to text. So let's go ahead, switch to my phone, and I can show you what it looks like. But before we do that, a very important reminder is that with Android, depending on the brand of your phone and the model, things can be different. Also, it depends on your Android version. Alright, so here's my phone, and the first thing we'll do is enable the setting. You'll want to go to Settings, Accessibility, then Display Size and Text. You can also use this QR code that I'll put on the screen, and in the description below, I'll put a link that should automatically open the correct settings page on your Android device. Side note, on Samsung, you can tap on the link and it'll take you to the settings page that isn't usually accessible with Samsung devices. So that's really interesting. It's been my experience that you have to use the link to enable outline text on your Samsung device. I haven't been able to find it in settings. So let me go ahead and open it. I have it in my quick settings. It is a capital T and a smaller capital T. So I'm going to press and hold that. And now we're here on the display size and text settings page. This is where you can adjust your font size and your display scaling. I talked about it in a separate video as well. There's also bold text. The last option is outline text. It says add a black or white background around text to increase contrast. Once we toggle this on, there's a lot of changes. There's a black background. Sometimes it's white, and this is one reason why I don't use outline text, because having a white background is not helpful for me. But I really like this feature because it does make a lot of things easier to see and have a lot higher contrast. Also, it still tries to have some color. So if you look very carefully, there's a little bit of difference in colors. I can show you what it looks like in messages. My messages, they have a white background, which I do not like. It makes it incredibly difficult for me to read. I wish it could just always be a darker background. Let's check out Discord. Here we can really see where it tries to keep the color of text. So here is black, stabby, ... Discord has a huge truncation problem when you're using larger fonts, but we'll put that aside. This still keeps the yellow color. So we can look at it without the outline text. And go back here. And it's still yellow. Here's another example. We can see blue navigator, well, it should say blue navigator floof, and this also says pink floofers Carrie. This is with outline text off, and we'll turn it on. There we go. It increases the contrast while putting that black background. Now we can see there's this bot here, and it puts a bright background behind it. Even for permission modals, it has a white background for the outline text, which I'm not a fan of at all. Sometimes it doesn't recognize everything as text. So for example, here I'm on the Bible app, and this is the verse of the day. This needs a lot more contrast, and the outline text doesn't work here, so I guess it doesn't recognize it as text. It also doesn't really work on games. This is War Shovel, and it doesn't recognize it as text, probably because it's more of a graphic. This feature also does not work on web browsers. That's probably enough examples of what it looks like with outline text on and off. It is a really cool feature. I would absolutely love it. It increases the contrast, which I am a big fan of, while still maintaining that color. I just really wish that we could just always have a black background and maybe even control the transparency of the background, because I still do like the colors. I like to appreciate colors, and sometimes I feel like the outline text is a little too much. I think this could still be a helpful feature for a lot of people out there. I also wish there was a force dark mode everywhere feature, and if there was a way to control font size and display scaling per app. But I'm just sharing my dreams here. Anyway, that's it for now. Hopefully some of you find this helpful or useful. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe for more content like this, and if you want to support the channel and what I do, consider becoming a CoA member on YouTube or Patreon. You get exclusive videos, early access to videos, insider posts, and so much more. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next one.